When it comes to starting a triathlon, you will either enter the swim via a beach start, a dive start, or a deep water start. And it's this last one, the deep water start, that tends to strike fear with most athletes. It's a thought of being either kicked, punched, mauled, or even swum over. And yeah, I get it because I have been there myself. But fortunately, I've come out the other side. I've really perfected my deep water start. So today, I'm here at Sands Beach in Lanzarote, and I'm going to be sharing a few of my tips with you. I'm going to be telling you how to do a deep water start and also your best approach when it comes to race day. Okay, well firstly you might be wondering why I'm at a swimming pool rather than open water. Well, simply this is a skill that can be practiced anywhere. You don't necessarily need to be open water, and the beauty of a swimming pool is that you can practice it over and over again and take a break and hold on to the wall. Now let's talk you through how you perform a deep water start. Now on race day you'll be called to the start line, which tends to be an imaginary line between two buoys, and you'll be held there until the starter. Now, it's this time between being called to the start line and it being started that is absolutely crucial, and actually something not many people really think about, because in this time you need to pick your position on the start line and also you need to create your own space. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit later about this picking position, but for now, let's talk through why you need to create your space and how you do it. See, everyone wants to be close to the start, so if you plonk yourself on that start line and float vertically, people will fill that space around you and directly behind you. Now that is an issue when you go to start, because you're going to move from a vertical position to a horizontal position, and you need that space to kick. So you need to lie in a horizontal position and you need to stand your ground. This means sculling lightly with your hands and also keeping your legs moving to deter anyone from lying over them. Now I normally do a little egg beater kick, like an alternate single leg breaststroke kick. Okay, so now we've created our space, it's now time to race. So when that starter gun goes, the hooter, buzzer, whatever it is, we want to leave that line as quickly as possible. And this is the point where I'm really going to let you in on some of my secrets. And it genuinely used to get me about a body length ahead within about 20 meters at a lot of pro races. And the funny thing is, it's not even rocket science either. See, the quickest way to accelerate is with our legs. And if you think about it, you can move your legs a lot more quickly than you can your arms. So when the start gun goes, you want to kick your legs like crazy, along with a quick arm rate, obviously. By kicking the legs hard, you should accelerate far quicker. Okay, so this has got you moving off the start line, and now you can slightly reduce your kick. But for the first 20 meters or so, you still want to maintain a strong kick to get yourself into the best position possible. The nice thing with this skill is we can practice it all the time during our swim sessions. If you're ever doing some short sprints, rather than pushing off the wall, just drift a few meters away from the wall and do a deep water start instead. And if you're training with others, you can even do this with multiple athletes to really simulate a start. Moving closer to one another to really put the pressure on, and maybe even have your arms knocking into one another, and maybe even crossing over a little bit too. Okay, well now let's talk about your placing on that start line. And this is kind of dependent on your level and your confidence in your swimming. So if you're someone that's really going after a placing and you're relatively confident with your swimming, then you're probably going to want to start towards the front of that start line, if not on the front. If you're someone that's not quite so confident, perhaps swimming to your weaker discipline, then you're probably going to start a little bit further back on the start line, if not at the back. Now, if you are that really competitive athlete and you really are going after a placing in the race, then you're probably going to want to take the shortest line to that first buoy. So, for instance, if that first buoy is a right-hand turn, then you're probably going to want to start on the right-hand side of that start line, and vice versa. If it's a left-hand turn, then you probably want to start on the left-hand side of the start line. If you're not a strong swimmer, perhaps not so confident, you want to avoid the masses on that start line, then you're probably going to want to do the opposite from that. So if it's a right-hand turn, start on the left-hand side. This may mean that you have a slightly longer line to that first buoy, but probably means that you're going to swim a little bit faster because you're more relaxed and you're avoiding being swum over. Well, that is the deep water start, but finally, one last thing to add, and to really maximize that speed that you gain from that strong kick from the deep water start, is to not sight too often or too soon in that first 20 meters or so. See, every time that you sight, your legs will drop ever so slightly, and that is going to slow you down. It's going to reduce your speed, almost like a braking force. So keep your head down, just breathe normally over the first 20 meters or so, and then after that point you can start sighting. And this is a really good drill to actually practice as a group, as I mentioned earlier. You can do that in the swimming pool, you can do it in close proximity to each other and put each other under pressure. It's really good fun, and hopefully that will make the whole skill of deep water start feel a little bit less alien to you and less daunting come race day. Now, if you have any questions about the deep water start, then drop them in the comment section below, or just let us know how you're getting on with it. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button, and if you'd like to see more from GTN, just click on the globe and subscribe. If you'd like to find out how to do a beach start, then just click down here. And if you'd like to find out how to do a dolphin dive, this is really useful for a beach start or exit, then just click down here.